Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Life's Calculations. Today we are going to start our chapter number 24 of ICSE syllabus of class 10th maths, and the name of the topic is measures of central tendency. Right, this is not a new topic. You all have been doing it from quite junior classes, right? But now we will be seeing that how much we have to see in this class 10th, right? So first of all, central tendency, we talk about the first central tendency we have got is our arithmetic mean which we call as AM, right? Now if we talk about the methods of finding the arithmetic mean, these methods, students, listen carefully, these are very much important for class 10th, right? So one question from the methods to find the mean is definitely sure in exams, remember. Okay, so there are, first of all, I want to tell you, there are three methods. First, name of the first method to find arithmetic mean. What we are doing, we are going to do the methods to find the arithmetic mean, right? So the first method is called the direct method. Okay, very much easy and interesting method, right? And the name of our second method is a shortcut method. Okay, the name of the second method is a shortcut method, right? And then we have got the third method, and its name is now step deviation method. Step deviation, the word is new to you, right? Because in the shortcut direct method we have been applying in junior classes also. Shortcut method may be new to you, and step deviation method may also be new to you, right? Now students, you may ask here one question, that suppose we have got three methods. This is first method, second method, and the third method, right? So which one we should apply? Students, one thing is there, one very important point is while doing the answer in the exam, if the name of the method is specifically said in the question, right? Suppose he is asking you to find the arithmetic mean using the step deviation method, then remember you have to use this method only. Then you may find the answer, correct answer, with the help of another method. The answer will not be the different answer may be correct, but because specified, you need to apply this method only, which is step deviation method. If he is asking you to use shortcut method, you have to apply that. But if nothing has been said regarding, nothing specifically has been told regarding which method to be applied, then students, you are free to choose any method. You are free to choose any method, right? Now I will tell you a little difference between these three methods. Then one by one in each of the coming videos, I am going to discuss each one of these methods, right? So starting, I want to tell you one thing here, that in the direct method, you may have a lesser number of columns, but the calculations will be bigger. Okay, numbers will be bigger, but you will have lesser number of columns, right? As we go to shortcut method, the number of columns increases, right? So in the sense, the number of columns keep on increasing, but the calculations become easier and easier, right? And in the step deviation method, the number of columns are five, right? So then here the number of columns will increase, but at the same time the calculations will be quite easier and the shorter. Okay, so this is the difference between step deviation method, direct method, and shortcut method. Okay, so direct method may look that number of columns are more, like suppose there will be only 3 columns, but then there will be bigger numbers. You have to do bigger multiplications, okay, and in the end also a long calculation. But as the number of columns increase, the calculations become simpler and simpler. This is the only difference between the three methods. Okay, and then if not specified, it is your choice to choose the method, right? Now students, we will take up one question in which I am going to use this direct method, right? So let us start one question where I will be solving one sum of finding the arithmetic mean with the help of a direct method. Okay, so let us begin. So students, I have taken up this question Okay, question I have written in front of you. It says table shows here. It says table shows the ages of 50 students of a class. Okay, these are the ages of 50 students of a class. Find the arithmetic mean. First of all, I want to tell you that this I have taken up one question to find the arithmetic mean of the grouped data. Okay, of the grouped data. Okay, as you can see here, we are given the class intervals. Okay, this is the meaning of grouped data. Class intervals from 16 to 18, 18 to 20, 20 to 22, 22 to 24, 24 to 26 have been given, and in front of each we have been given the frequency. Means what? That in the age group of 16 to 18 years we have got two students. It is the ages of 50 students, right? And like this only, like for example, in the age group of 22 to 24 we have got 17 students. This is the meaning of frequency, right? Now we start the process of finding the mean, and you know very well that which method I am following here. I am following here the direct method, right? This one question I will be solving with the help of a direct method, right, students? Now see, age means the class intervals or the groups will already be provided to you, and the frequency will always be given to you. These two things will be given to you. Now we have to start the process of finding the arithmetic mean using the direct method. Okay, so first of all, students, we have to write in the third column, we have to add from our side, and we have to write the value of the, what is the new thing here? This is the class mark, and every time we will call it as a small x, right? I will tell you here, otherwise done in 9th class, but still I will tell you the definition of class mark or x. It is simply the mid value of the class interval. Okay, it is nothing but the mid value of the class interval. So first class interval is 16 to 18. What will be its mid value? 16 plus 18 divided by 2, in the simple sense that it is nothing but the average or the mean of this class interval, right? So it will be what? It will be 34 divided by 2, and the answer will be 17. This way we have to write the mid value of each class interval. See students, for writing x we need to see only the class interval here. Okay, so mid value of the first is 17. Exactly same way, mid value of 18 to 20 will be 19. Mid value of 20 to 22, as you know, will be 21. You can clarify. I have given you the formula, mid value of class interval, right? It is also known as the class mark. Class mark is nothing but the mid value only. And from 22 to 24, it will be 23. And from 24 to 26, it will be 25. So we have written the class mark. Variate, x is also known as a variate here, right? Once done this step, students, next step will be simply the multiplication of the frequency with the class mark. So means the second and the third column will be multiplied together. Okay, so 17 twos are, like I will write here 17 twos are 34, right? Then I will multiply this 7 with this 19 sevens are, okay, we have to write like this. 19 sevens are will be 133, right? Then 21 21s will be our 441, right? And 17 multiplied by 23 also we have to do. Then 3 multiplied by 25 we have to do. Okay, so students, here it will be 17 multiplied by 23 will be 391, and 25 plus 25 multiplied by 3 will be 75. Once we have done all this summation fx, we have done all this fx, we are going to find the summation of this. Summation means we are simply going to add all these values of fx, right? So let us add, and this way we are going to add one more thing, that is a summation of all the frequencies we are going to do. So let us add first of all the frequencies. 7 plus 2 we will have 9, 10, 10 plus 7, so it will be 5 here, and it will be 50. So summation of all the frequencies will be 50. And now let us add this side. So students, we have got the summation fx to be 1074 and summation f to be 50, right? Now I am going to tell you what is the formula to find the mean. right? So now I will tell you that mean is always written as x bar, okay, and the formula here is a summation fx divided by summation f, right? So it means we are simply going to put the value of summation fx, that is 1074, and summation f is 50, and if I will divide, I will get the answer as 21.48. okay, so the question here, we have got the value of mean, that the answer of mean is 21.48, right? Question was find the arithmetic mean of their ages, right? Ages were given to us from 16 to 26 here in the first column, okay, and we have got the mean of their ages to be 21.48 years, okay. So students, these are the columns 1, 2, 3, 4 are the columns to be used in the direct method, and this is the formula. At the end of calculation, you are going to use this formula, and this is the easy way of finding the mean using the direct method. Hope you understood, hope you liked the video, okay, and if you really liked the way I told you, please don't forget to share with the classmates or your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and don't forget to press the bell icon also. Thank you very much for watching, and next video, coming up video, is about the shortcut method. Thanks for watching.